What would you think was the highlight of you being part of the Frank Vale? What do you think was the best part of it?
It was an opportunity that sort of cemented myself within the industry. But the joy of the other people involved in the process at the time was huge. And those people over many, many years have had a big influence on my life ongoing, that both personally and professionally. So it was one of those moments that I learnt in life. You put a lot of effort into something, things work out. And certainly being with industry leaders at the time, it was sort of validating my effort that I was putting into the industry, because I was very passionate about what I was doing at the time as a young bloke. So,
what do you think? One of the things that comes up is that people are absolutely terrified to present on the day. It's a 5-minute speech. How did you go with that?
It's all about preparation. If you're fair dinkum about the process, you'll put preparation into it. And like anything in life, if you prepare well enough, you'll do well. And it's one of those areas. Public speaking is probably, I think it's rated in the top 3 of biggest fears people have in life. But the more you can challenge your fears and have a crack at things that you're really fearful of, the faster you progress through life. And public speaking is one of those things. And the RWTA took me out of my comfort zone with it, which I would never ever have done. And the growth in me personally from that one experience alone has been huge. So I wouldn't have, if the WTA, the Frank Vale Award, wasn't offered to me, I would never have put myself in that position probably ever in my lifetime.
That's probably one of the best reasons to come and be part of the Frank Vale Award, because this is what it's there for. It's to grow up and coming leaders. So you can be a great worker, but this is about leaders. It's about young leaders and keeping them in the industry, making it a bit sexier than it's ever been before, but also allowing them to grow personally and professionally. Do you have people that you still rely on that you met through the Frank Vale?
Oh, there's a number of people over the years, and it's built really strong relationships. Like I said, guys like Martin Porter, and he's been a great advocate and sponsor and supporter of the industry for many, many years. And Martin's been a great mentor for me over the years in different conversations that we've had, and then it progresses, down the chain with his son Shannon. So he's one who's probably not a cold store operator, but has been involved in the industry, who's been great for myself. Paul Burns, Dave O'Brien, there's many there. Ken Saxon, there's plenty of guys back in the day that really had an influence on me. Ross Bell from Swire. So there's plenty of them that contributed to my desire to work hard within the industry.
I guess one of the biggest challenges, and that which terrifies people most of all, is the public speaking. It's 5 minutes. You get up there, you do your speech, and you've got one go at it, and you're doing it in front of hundreds of people. After that fact, do you feel that you could do it again with more confidence? Do you feel that it was a really positive growing experience for you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, because it was a huge fear at the time, and once you do it, it takes a big weight off your shoulders, and you move on to the next one. So given the opportunity to get up and speak in public again, you're not so fearful of it, and you take that opportunity. And that's happened to me numerous times over the years since, and I have taken those opportunities on.
Yeah, for sure. How long have you been in the cold chain industry now for?
I started as an apprentice refrigeration mechanic in Darwin in 1986 as a 16-year-old, and I spent a good part of probably 8 years on the tools within a cold store environment. And then I had the opportunity to move down to Brisbane and work for Largo Cold Stores as a maintenance officer. Spent a few years looking after all the maintenance refrigeration, and then worked my way up through the business to general manager, which I've been general manager of Largo's probably the last 12, 13 years now.
Okay. And tell me, if you were going to talk to somebody, a young guy, young lady, who you could see, you could see that passion in them, you could see that they're a good leader, you could see that they're up and coming. Steve, what would you say to them, looking back on this great career that you've had? Would you recommend the cold chain to them? And if so, why?
Yes, certainly. I think the industry is changing in a great way. I've been one that has said for many, many years it's not a sexy industry. Over the last couple of years, I'm changing my tune. It's starting to become a very, very desirable industry to be in. And certainly the last 12 months with COVID, it's one industry that has stood up and performed very, very well. And there's great opportunities. So I've certainly changed my tact on who I'm bringing into the business. The days of just people falling in the industry because they didn't know what they wanted to do. I think we've got a lot more opportunity now to bring in young, educated people because we have a lot more to offer, and certainly good long-term stability within the industry.
Steve, thank you very much for being part of the Frank Vale back in 2002. And thank you very much for being interviewed today regarding that and encouraging the up-and-coming RWTA members to bring on, the right sort of people and encourage them to further their career through the Frank Vale Award. Thanks very much for your time.
My pleasure, Marianne. Thanks for the opportunity.